Hello and welcome to this week's video. First of all, thank you all so much for 100 subscribers. That is absolutely incredible. I am really happy that we got there, and I appreciate you all for, coming together and actually liking the content enough to subscribe. Thank you. So, considering this, we're actually going to have a special stream at the end of next week. I'll throw up a time card at the end of the video. Well, we'll see everything, so stick around for that. But with that said, this week's video will be a Escape From Tarkov video. Considering the success of the two latest ones, I think you all are going to enjoy a actual tips and tricks video. So, with that in mind, let's get into it. The first tip, always wear a headset. Headsets are probably the single best life insurance in the entire game, as it amplifies audio, such as footsteps, and audio cues such as glass crumbling on the ground or bushes rumbling outside of your window, while also dampening sounds that you don't want to be as loud, such as gunshots. One of the small things that potentially can save your life more often than not is that when you enter a building, to try and get into safety. Just get into a side room as quickly as you can, sit down and just listen. Take the time to repack your magazines if you detect any enemy movement, or why don't heal up if you need to. Either way, just catch your breath and just listen. You'll more often than not hear enemies creeping around. You'll hear tiny audio cues such as the rumbling of gravel under somebody's boots, etc. There are plenty of audio cues, just pick your poison. With that in mind, the second tip is going to be to learn to space time properly. You can stay more or less as long as you want in any given area, as long as you are undetected and nobody fires around you. As soon as somebody fires, you're more or less on the clock, as the gunfight will probably attract more attention from PMCs or scavs. What you want to do is just sit down, listen, decide if you want to go for this gunfight or not. If you do, and if you win this gunfight, then you should avoid looting until you're actually sure that the perimeter is secure. And even then, you should avoid looting for long periods of time, as greed will very easily get you killed in this game. If you overstay your welcome, you're dead. Simple as that, man. So, with those limitations of looting in mind, the third tip I'm going to give you today is actually to make sure that when you are ready to loot, that you actually take a moment, really listen to every single audio cue as you're looting. This will alert you to a movement around you, as well as potentially tell you exactly where an enemy is located, as long as you have an idea of the map layout, that is. So use your headphones, and don't forget that you can give movement commands after hitting the loot button for a very short period of time. If you time it right, potentially making a risky loot way safer by allowing you to actually lay prone or already be facing a doorway that you normally would have your back turned towards. This is guaranteed to save your life more than once. So my fourth tip is simply this. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. And although I'm personally pretty bad at actually implementing this is absolutely true in Escape From Tarkov, in the sense that just throwing lead down range will a lot of the time get you killed, as you're not ending the fight immediately. The goal of a firefight is to win it. You win it by killing the enemy before they do the same to you. Knowing this, it is pretty tempting to just spray and pray, if you will. But if you take the time to actually aim for the opposition's face, you're actually able to make sure he dies in one shot. As long as he's not wearing a faceplate, he will die every single time. So slow is smooth, smooth is fast. The faster you kill somebody, the faster you can secure the perimeter and begin the looting. And let's face it, who doesn't love the looting? My fifth tip is simply this. Speaking of playing for those one-shots, train yourself to hit headshots quickly and also using point fire, which is kind of hip fire but not really. Basically, you want to go for the head as efficiently as possible, And the easiest way to train this is basically to use the offline mode. You go into factory and make sure to tick the offline mode button. Enable PvE, set the scav amount to horde and the difficulty to easy. And last but not least, hit tagged and cursed. And now go in using the kit you are going to use in the next raid or a pre-game kit and survive as long as you can, going for only headshots. This is a quick way to ensure you know your kit, and it will improve the quality of life that you have significantly, as you will find yourself on the winning side of the one-shots more often than before. Accuracy matters, and this is the best aim trainer. Accuracy aside, you're going to come into a situation where it's do or die, where more or less every shot you don't take is a missed one. In these situations, suppression is your friend. Basically, you want to try and suppress the enemy at head height for shaky headshots, but regardless, the objective with suppressing fire is not to kill your enemy, it is to control the situation. You want to force the enemy to duck and take cover, giving you the freedom to maneuver, be aggressive, and push or potentially just move away. However, suppression is a double-edged sword, as it can easily lead to you having to reload in the middle of a fight, which is pretty bad. What you aim to do is take control of the situation as quickly as possible, giving you the time to aim properly, making sure to end the fight in your favor. My 7th tip is going to be that when it comes to taking control of an engagement, there's tons of options available. You can use suppressive fire, you can sneak, and you can train accuracy to god tier. You can also use every bit of audio to your advantage. But one of the best ways to take control of a situation is to use grenades. You can use them to force the enemy to move, and you can use them as aerial denial tools, denying the enemy the freedom to move. It all comes down to knowing the different types of grenades and how to use them. Some, as the VOG or VGO, I'm not entirely sure, have a very short time fuse of just around 2 seconds, making them very good to try actually kill the enemy rather than just deny the enemy. Others have a very long fuse, making them great as aerial denial tools. As if an enemy push you, they risk blowing up, forcing them to wait for the grenades to go off. And there is tons more grenades in the game, so if you'd like to see a dedicated video about how to use grenades, I'd be happy to deliver. Just let me know in the comments down below. And one bonus tip for you, although it might be very obvious, but the single best tool for survival is not armor, it is not guns, it is not even the ammunition, not even audio. It is actually your map knowledge. If you know the map better than I do, you're going to win most of the time. If you go in as a sneaky rat, you can easily win against any shad if your map knowledge is superior, making it my best tool for survival, no questions asked. Yo, thank you so much for watching, I really appreciate it. I just want to take this moment to once again thank you all so much for 100 subscribers. I love every single one of you, appreciate you being here. It just makes my world go round, I would also like to ask you to actually give me some feedback on this video, as this is my first ever educational video. So if you would like to see more, just comment down below, let me know what you think, ask me for questions, what you want to know. And don't forget to actually hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And if you do that, don't forget to actually enable all notifications, as this will make sure that you will actually receive all my videos rather than just the few that you get if you haven't. That said, I am all day and Saturday. Lately it's been a lot of Escape From Tarkov on the stream, so feel free to come by and play with me. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!